Hey friends, my name's Majesta Dawn, and come with me while we get ready, do my makeup, and I tell you about my journey from ballet to burlesque and rediscovering dance as an adult. Alright, starting with the blank slate. I'm mostly filming a get ready with me or doing my makeup so I have something to do with my hands, because a lot of times if I'm just sitting here trying to talk at a camera, I put on fake customer service voice, and that's not how I want to be with you guys on here. So I figured if I'm doing something that I like to do and that is like my morning meditation while I talk to you, maybe I'll be a little bit more natural. But today we're going to talk about how I've danced like from kindergarten all the way through high school, like a lot of people. I live in a really small town. I was never like great or anything, but it was really fun. It was something I enjoyed. And then like most people with dance, I stopped doing it as I became an adult, moved on, started working, had kids, got married, like became a mom, and life became all about the kids. I am obviously a mom of 3, and speak of the devil, it's almost like she knew we were recording or something and we planned that.
Hi,
we kind of
I'm
did.
Daphne.
This is my youngest, Daphne. She's also in dance and loves it. So kiddos are always around and will be part of this vlog often, because that's just my life. I also have so that's Daphne, my youngest. She's 9. My son Hugh is 13, and my oldest Veronica is 15. They keep me busy, and that's what I focused my life on, was being a mom. I started working from home almost 10 years ago, and that was life for most people. It is. You wake up, you go to work, you take care of your kids, and I'm normally a really happy, upbeat, positive person. But a few years ago, I found myself just kind of down. Like something was missing. I wasn't happy. I didn't feel comfortable in my body, which is not something I'd ever really struggled with before. I was definitely overweight, which isn't even something that I ever really worried about. Like was never a step on a scale kind of person, but I just knew I wasn't feeling good in my body. Looking back in pictures now, I see it more now that I've gotten healthier and I've been focusing on that. But anyways, at this time, I was kind of struggling. Wasn't really doing much, post-COVID, where we're all stuck at home. It changed our routines. And my youngest, Daphne, really started getting involved with dance. And she was loving it. And we had this whole conversation one night about how dance can be your outlet. And I went on a rant, as I tend to do, and got really passionate talking to the kids about how if you find something like dance, like any of your emotions, when you're sad, when you're frustrated, like you can go dance it out. And one of the things that I liked most about dance growing up was like whatever was going on. My mom was really sick when I was in high school especially. And that would, of course, obviously was upsetting or stressful. But for that like hour, 2 hours that I was in dance class, I didn't have to think about anything else, right? It was like my meditation. And so I'm going on this like whole rant to Daphne, my youngest, about this. And my oldest, Veronica, looks at me and she goes, "Mom, if you love dance so much, like if that's something you miss that much and it was like that much of like a meditative experience for you, why don't you do it like anymore?" And I stopped and I heard her and I was just like, I don't know, like grown-ups don't really dance, not around here. We live in a really small town in West Virginia, and so it's kind of just thought of, if you're not going to be a professional, if you're not going to make money at it, why do it? Which is really weird when you think about it, right? Because guys have hobbies. Like nobody thinks anything of a guy being like, okay, I'm gonna go play a game of basketball with my friends. They don't say, "You silly immature kid for playing basketball." But if a 37-year-old woman says, "I'm going to ballet class," they're like, so that's weird. And then the feminist in me was like, that's not cool. And even when I said, well, it'd be weird. Like, grown-ups don't really, like, I don't know, what am I going to do? My daughter said, why do you care what anybody else thinks? And I said, what if I look stupid? And my youngest says, imagine not doing things just because you're afraid someone would think you look stupid. And my kids are like laying all these words of wisdom on me. And then I kind of felt like, uh-oh, what did I get myself into? What did I just sign up for? Because now these young women that I'm raising and, and encouraging to be strong, independent women who chase their dreams and go after what makes them happy in life and make good choices and make sure you're balancing your work with good hobbies and mental health and all this stuff. I'm teaching them all this. I'm telling them to do all this stuff. And they just flat out called me out for not living up to not practicing what I preach, basically. And they were right. And I didn't like that feeling, so always wanted to try to take ownership and better myself. And I decided, okay, well, I need to do something about this. I did get certified online to teach adult burlesque dance and fitness classes. So they're burlesque kind of inspired moves, but more in a fitness routine through a company in the UK. And I started learning those moves at home, doing all this online because, once again, hello, I live in small town West Virginia. There is nothing near me to go do in person. I have to go online, and that's one reason why I've started this vlog with you guys, is I hope by sharing my journey, it'll make information more accessible to other people, because YouTube is how I found a lot of information and even dove in and realized it was possible to dance as an adult. So that's why I'm hoping sharing this will help other people out there, and you can kind of follow along my journey and see where it goes. But I digress. I got certified in this burlesque dance and fitness class because it seemed fun. It was very, very beginner friendly. Teeny tiny little jazz moves, a couple little burlesque shakes. No actual disrobing involved unless you have multiple layers under. Like, it's just burlesque inspired. So it was really fun to learn and do this class, but I also did not know where in my tiny little town or community I could actually hold these classes, if people would attend. That was a whole thing. And plus, I was really nervous to get up in front of people and dance again. It's been a lot of years, like 20 years since I was in front of people performing. So I kind of had it, but didn't really do anything with it. And the universe tends to push you when you don't just do what it's telling you to do. I literally met with a psychic, and she called me out on it and told me I needed to do that dance was going to be huge, which is, yeah, I know, call me woo-woo or silly or whatever, but it is what it is, and it was a really cool reading. So that was in the back of my mind. But then my youngest is on a competition dance team, and we are always fundraising because dance is expensive. I mean, if you know, you know. And I had the idea of there was an extra studio room in the dance studio, and I asked, hey, can I teach these classes as a fundraiser for the competition team? And the dance teacher so graciously agreed, and we started doing those classes. They were awesome. It was really fun. I gotta quit talking for a second to do my lips. Whew. Okay, scary dark, but it'll dry, and then we'll peel it off, and it'll be all better. Trust the process, people. Okay, anyways. Where were we? Okay, so my daughter's dance teacher is amazing and wonderful, and said we could use her other room and we could do these burlesque dance and fitness classes as a fundraiser for the competition dance team. So I had a location, I had a date, I had to start advertising, and just used Facebook because we're a really small, tiny West Virginia town, as a reminder if I haven't said that enough. And started advertising it, but I was also like, I haven't danced in forever. I miss also just regular dance, not just a dance fitness class. And once again, the universe was like, quit just saying you miss it, do something about it. And I'm scrolling through Facebook, and in a local town really close to us, there was a dance studio that is not my daughter's dance studio. Unfortunately, they don't have classes for adults. I wish they did. There's just not enough interest in our town. But like I said, this is a town over. They posted that they were going to be having a adult performance team for the first time in, I don't know, a while, but this season they were having an adult performance team. They were accepting adults, and it was going to be like classic dance, right? Like jazz, tap, ballet, lyrical, all the fun stuff. So I thought about it and sat on it for a while, and then my girls found out that I was thinking about it, and they were like, Mom, you need to do this. So I signed up, and I went to that class, and it was so fun to be in a dance studio again. Like, I came home so full of energy. Like, even though I was there for an hour, like working out and dancing and obviously exerting myself, I came home feeling like so refreshed because I had that time to just relax and unplug and not think about anything else. So I tend to overdo it. One thing you'll find out about me is when I like something, I want to go all in. I want to be the best at it, which is a competitive thing that I'm trying to cut out. But I want to do the most of it. It consumes me. I want to do it all the time. So after that dance class, she announces that adults also do solos and perform solos as well. And I'm like, I haven't done Pointe in a really long time. Just jump straight to the hardest thing, right? Like, Pointe is, in my mind, the Super Bowl for dancers. No, that's not fair. There's tons of different styles of dance, and others are really hard, but it's just, I have always thought that it was so beautiful when you see people go on Pointe, and the skill and the balance and the strength and the discipline it requires to be able to do that is all really, really admirable. It's things that I like, and it's like, jazz and tap were always the fun classes for me. Pointe was the class where I had to work. I had to earn it. But when you see the results pay off, it's so worth it in the end because you worked so hard for it. So I asked my dance teacher, would it even be safe? Is it even possible for me to work my way back up to Pointe with where I am right now? And she surprised me. She's like, absolutely. Because I thought she was just going to tell me, no, you're too old. You can't do that. Is what was the fear that was in the back of my head. And I'm telling you this because if you guys have little crazy fears in your head, I want you to know that sometimes you can't trust those. You just got to force yourself to do the dang thing. So I asked her, and she says, yes, I think we can have you ready for Pointe in just a few more months of ballet. So in November, I got my first pair of Pointe shoes. We'll have a whole story on that. That'll be a different video to talk about Pointe shoes. But I am doing Pointe now and also tap as a solo. Plus I have my group performances, which we do jazz, tap, all that together in regular dance class. Now, our burlesque dance and fitness classes, how did that go? We've named our classes or started calling ourselves Baddie Burlesque because we're baddies. We're really focused on body positivity and empowerment and just having fun, like being a group of women supporting and cheering on other women while we have fun and get comfortable in our bodies. And I'm so excited to say, even from our first class, we had a really great turnout, and it's Our group of girls who come every week are amazing women. We have women of we're all over the map, all ages. It's amazing. We have so much fun dancing to these songs, learning these dances, laughing when we mess up, cheering each other on when we do it great, encouraging each other if we are a little embarrassed or nervous because it's different than what we're used to. But we're having so much fun. We did 3 routines so far for 3 months in a row. We learned a routine each month. We finished out December. We had a short month because the holidays are crazy. And then we took the month of January off, or we are taking the month of January off. It is the beginning of January now. And I am focusing on changing some things. Right now, our choreography that we're using in Baddie Burlesque classes, I pay to have access to from the group in the UK that I got my training from. And it is awesome. But we also have the opportunity to create our own choreography, and that's something that I'm playing around with right now and experimenting with, because that's new for me. So hopefully you guys will get to play around and learn with me, or come on this journey with me, really, to see what that's like, trying to make my own choreography as we learn more about burlesque and that world together. I'm reaching out, and I've actually met some people in the burlesque world that I hope to learn more from, because I'm big on always learning. Like, never consider yourself an expert in anything. You can always learn more. There's more to learn. Even the people who were the best at what they do are always learning. And plus, I like to learn. I'm kind of a nerd that way. It's just fun for me to geek out on that. And burlesque just really attracted me because I've done every other style of dance. I don't know a lot about burlesque, but it's really, really empowering to women. I have no desire, or it'd be outside of my comfort zone, I think. I feel like right now, at this time, I can confidently say it is outside of my comfort zone to like actually get up there and remove all my clothing, going down to like, costumes, sequins, the glamour, the makeup, the hair. I love all that. The inclusivity that the burlesque community is now really working to push. They're super inclusive. It's the theatrics of it, the art. I love it. It's a different way of expressing yourself. Burlesque tends to be a huge place where I'm smearing the stuff all over my face. Trust the process, guys, remember. Burlesque tends to be one of the places where you can see a lot of political even bits there inspired throughout acts. It's just really empowering. So I'm having a lot of fun learning about that and taking those same ideals and concepts of like empowering women and every body is a beautiful body, like feel good in your body. To a fitness class, it just makes sense, right? Because we're not supposed to get fit to look a certain way. We're not supposed to get fit to punish our body and to be in something. We're supposed to get fit to love our body, to be healthy. So we really need to start with loving our body. And you can't do that if you're sitting there being a Debbie Downer all the time. So that's why at Baddie Burlesque, we're trying to have fun and encourage loving your body. And so we're taking the month of January off. Right now, I am working on what February's dance class is going to be like, getting the word out to our local community, because I'm hoping we can have some more people show up, and then trying to get myself ready to be on point and be able to tap for a performance with my regular dance class that will happen on Memorial Day weekend. So it's really a lot going on, because if I hadn't mentioned already, which we did, I'm a mom of 3, and I also work a full-time job. Proud of myself, because I thought I just filmed the rest of myself doing my makeup in time lapse, where it'll go real fast and you guys get to see it, but you don't have to listen to me talk the whole time. But remember, this is my first time trying to make a vlog, so I'm pretty sure I filmed it in time warp, so it's way slower now. I don't know. We'll figure it out in the editing. You may see the whole process, you may not, but at least we're done, and we made it through our first video just in time for Daphne to pop her head back in. Alright guys, again, my name is Majesta Dawn. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I just kind of rattled and kind of spilled where I'm at up into this point with dance. I hope it's made you interested enough to follow along on my journey to rediscovering dance as an adult, as basically a beginner again, because it's been a really long time. in both ballet and tap, and also the burlesque side of dance as well, and probably some of Daphne's dancing too. Just a quick disclaimer, you will meet my other kids probably in some videos eventually, but they are both teenagers and I'm not going to force them to be in them, and they don't think it's as much fun as this one does. So you probably won't be seeing them as much. Smart, these kids. Alright guys, follow along. We'll see you next time. Keep on dancing.
Bye.
Bye.